What's up everyone and welcome back to the MMA Zone. Today, let's get started with Conor McGregor leaks UFC return. The one and only Conor McGregor may have leaked his UFC return in December, amid ongoing speculation as to whether or not he will be granted an exemption from the 6 months of testing under USADA. McGregor took to Twitter to share a screenshot showing a countdown to the UFC 296 Chandler vs. McGregor fight on UFC Fight Pass. So far, there's been no update from the UFC regarding the fight. However, astute fans noticed that Michael Chandler's name appeared first on the billing. Given the fact that the UFC traditionally puts the name of the higher-ranked fighter first, it seems as though the pair will be competing at 155 pounds, where Iron Mike sits as the number 5 ranked contender if the photo is real. Of course, UFC President Dana White recently stated that the bout would likely take place early next year, meaning that the former champ could simply be trying to put the pressure on the UFC to grant him an exemption in order to headline an end-of-year card with Sean O'Malley fighting in the co-main event. The alternative is that the UFC has moved forward with booking the bout for December and will grant McGregor the exemption many have feared they would all along. With McGregor repeatedly posting about his training sessions in recent weeks, do you think the Irish superstar will return to the octagon before the end of the year? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Shout out to our first comments on yesterday's video. Thanks for the support. Chito Vera makes case for Sean O'Malley fight. While Sugar Sean O'Malley has largely dominated every opponent he has faced inside the octagon, there's one man who holds a win over the newly minted champ, Marlon Chito Vera. Back in 2020, the two met at UFC 252, where Vera picked up a dominant win over O'Malley, finishing the fight with strikes on the ground after damaging Sugar's leg. O'Malley bounced back to rattle off 5 straight victories, including his latest win over Aljamain Sterling, while Chito recently returned to the win column with a win over Pedro Munoz, setting the stage for a potential rematch later this year. With the champ having already showed interest in avenging the only loss on his record, Chito believes that the time is now for the two to settle things once and for all. During a recent interview with Morning Combat, he stated,
Zero. Like after the fight, I just text Dana and Hunter and I was like, hey guys, you guys know where I am. I'm ready to go. So just, if there's something to talk, let's talk it out. But I'm all in for. So I'm sure they will come with something. And it to me just seems like how not to do it right now. There's no way they don't do it right now. I mean, business-wise, is the best time to do it.
While O'Malley has shown an interest in avenging the loss, he's also stated that if Chito is not careful, he'll move on and fight another contender just to spite him. In the meantime, the champ has continued to take his victory lap, making appearances on podcasts as he enjoys himself. In a recent post, Sugar Sean showed off a new face tattoo, adding a crown, and the year he won the championship to his face. With a number of exciting fights in front of him, it seems to be just a matter of time before we receive news on his first title defense. In the meantime, we want to hear from you. Who do you want to see Sean O'Malley make his first title defense against? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Garry guarantees next opponent. Although many MMA fans doubted Ian Machado Garry when he first joined the UFC, the undefeated contender has continued to rattle off wins, picking up 3 this year, including his most recent victory over Neil Magny at UFC 292. After earning a lopsided decision that saw him awarded an ultra-rare 30-24 scorecard, Garry immediately set his sights on a fight with Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, who recently had his UFC 291 scrap with Michel Pereira cancelled at the 11th hour. During the post-fight press conference, UFC President Dana White stated that Thompson turned the fight down. However, Garry recently spoke in an interview with TMZ Sports to express with 100% certainty he will be fighting Stephen Wonderboy Thompson the next time he competes inside the octagon.
The Wonderboy fight's gonna happen. I have 100% faith. I love Wonderboy. He's a friend of mine. I get along with him. He knows me. He knows my family. There's no malice towards Wonderboy. What I want to do is challenge myself against the best. And when we speak about the greatest strikers of all time, for me, when I think of it, Wonderboy absolutely, when it comes to the welterweight division, is that guy.
On the flip side, Wonderboy recently stated that at 40 years old, he knows his window to secure UFC gold is closing. As such, he seems to have his sights set on a fight with Kamaru Usman. Whether or not Garry's prediction comes true, only time will tell. Before we continue, make sure you give that like button some love and be sure to subscribe to the MMA Zone for all of the latest news. Sean O'Malley and Ilia Topuria beef. Sugar Sean O'Malley has already found himself fielding call-outs from featherweights following his recent win over Aljamain Sterling. Of course, it's no secret that O'Malley is a big fighter for the 135-pound division. Given his size, the champ has to stay disciplined in his diet in order to prevent himself from cutting massive amounts of weight like Aljamain Sterling did. This weekend, Ilia Topuria gave both Max Holloway and the Korean Zombie a shout-out on Twitter following their fight in Singapore. At the same time, he also put both Sugar Sean O'Malley and Alexander Volkanovski on notice, writing, "I respect these two, Max Holloway and Korean Zombie, but it's time for them to retire. Sugar Sean, keep rising up and maybe one day we'll share the octagon. And you, Alexander Volkanovski, get ready to tap out. The masterclass is coming for you. Enjoy the weekend, everyone." The tweet caught the attention of O'Malley, who wrote back, "I have risen. Your turn to rise up." Topuria then wrote back, dismissing the notion that O'Malley was a tough fight for him. "I see this fight as too easy of a challenge. I would like to find convincing reasons to face you, but at the moment, I can't seem to find anything that captures my attention. Keep rising, and let's see if someday you deserve my time." From the looks of things, it was O'Malley who got the last laugh, telling Topuria, "Get through Volk, and I'll decide." Given the fact that O'Malley is big for the division, do you think we'll see him move up to test his hand at 145 pounds in the future? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Max Holloway reveals plan to get another title shot. Given that Max Holloway has continued to defeat everyone in the 145-pound division not named Alexander Volkanovski, many fans expected him to call out the featherweight kingpin following his UFC Fight Night Singapore main event win over the Korean Zombie on Saturday morning. According to Holloway, however, he never had any intentions of using the fight to make his case for a title. As he explained to media members in Singapore, he's simply going to continue to win until his case for another crack at the belt is undeniable.
All week I've been saying undeniable. I'm not here to call nobody out. That's your guys' job to figure that out. That's the fans' job to do for me. So I'm just here to be undeniable. Keep being undeniable. I'm going to keep crawling, scratching my way back to the top of the mountain, and no one's going to stop me getting there.
Currently, Holloway sits as the #1 contender at 145 pounds, while also holding wins over 5 of the 9 top 10 featherweights below him. With #5 ranked Ilia Topuria expected to compete for the featherweight title next, the most logical bout for Holloway would be a fight with #6 ranked Josh Emmett, who is in the midst of a 2-fight skid. After his victory over the Korean Zombie, who do you want to see Max Holloway fight next? Play matchmaker in the comment section below. We have Dana White revealing bad news on a home invasion attempt at his house in Maine. UFC Singapore happened this weekend, and Dana and his family took a trip to Maine, where someone attempted to break into his home. White posted on Instagram this morning offering a $2,500 bounty if anyone recognizes the man who attempted to kick in his front door. Dana said, "This face just tried to kick my front door in Levant, Maine. I will pay $2,500 to the first person to let the police know who he is." Nobody was harmed during the break-in attempt, and the police are still currently investigating with no suspects arrested as of yet. What do you think about this situation? Let us know in the comments below. Dana White gets exposed for being racist? UFC President Dana White was recently at the heart of some pretty harsh allegations from a former Bellator MMA fighter. Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor, who may be best known for his brawl with Dylan Dennis back in 2022, recently took to Twitter to lob a serious accusation at White. After Sugar Sean O'Malley captured UFC gold by defeating Aljamain Sterling, the UFC president told the young star that he had no idea how much money he would make while wrapping the belt around his waist. Taylor replied to an article quoting O'Malley, who recalled the moment with White, writing, "But then treats the black fighters like." Taylor did not elaborate on the comments, leaving fans to speculate as to what he meant. Given that White and Aljamain Sterling had a public war of words over whether or not it was fair for him to announce that Sterling was heading a card months after his win over Henry Cejudo without first checking on his health, there's a possibility that Taylor's comments were in reference to that situation. Of course, the UFC president has not addressed the issue. Top comments. Wish Zombie all the best with his future endeavors. How long will Merab wait? What the hell? He doesn't know what his life will be in a year. Not a good idea to wait. Terrible. Aljo won't return the favor for Merab. Terrible decision for his own future. Shavkat versus Garry. Someone's O's gotta go. If you want to be featured on our next video, make sure to leave a comment and don't forget to check out yesterday's video in case you missed it.